Hey everybody, welcome back to the Positive Energy Kitchen. We've got another great one in store for you today. Another one, of course, from my childhood that I loved. Mom used to make it all the time, and it's one that the whole family will love. It involves sweet plantains, and the kids love the sweetness, as we all do, and some ground beef. It is known as Piñon, otherwise known as Puerto Rican lasagna. You're gonna love it, as you love all the other ones, so don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, and every time you hit that bell, it's going to let you know that another vlog is on its way. So let's get cooking. All right, so the first thing we want to do for this meal, for the piñon, is we're going to make the filler first. So I already got a pan with some olive oil in there already, and what we're going to do is we're going to throw a cup of sofrito in the pan. So the sofrito is essentially onions and peppers, garlic, and cilantro. It's really, you can make it yourself, you can buy it in the store already set. All right, so we're gonna throw that in there. Next thing we want to do is, we have olives. I slice up the olives. I like throwing sliced up olives. So we're just gonna sprinkle a bunch of sliced up olives in there. Beautiful, very nice. Stir this up a little bit. All right, now we want to add some tomato sauce. Now I'm going to be using essentially 2 pounds of ground beef, so we're going to go with a small can, the whole can of the tomato sauce. That puts a nice little sweet flavor in there. And next we're going to add a packet of sazon. That's going to give it a nice color. And it's got a little flavor to it. Nice. And this will go for just a couple of minutes on its own. And now we add the meat. Again, it's about 2 pounds of ground beef. And we're just gonna cut that up in there. Let that all work itself in. Once that's worked in a little bit, you add a little salt and pepper to taste, and then you're gonna let this cook for about 25 minutes, 20-25 minutes maybe. You'll know when it's all browned up and well cooked. And then we'll go on to the next phase. Pepper. Salt. Okay, one of the tips I gave in one of my previous videos was, you have some time in between phases, and this is one phase of making the picadillo, but a good little tip to do is clean up as you're going along. So this way at the end, when you're all done and you're ready to eat, after you're done eating, you don't have a complete disaster in your kitchen. So clean up as you go. You got a moment. I got a moment right now. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. Okay, so we got the picadillo being made. It's heating up right now. Got another few more minutes. So while that's happening, what we're gonna do is we got some mozzarella cheese. We're gonna throw some cheese. It is lasagna, right? So you gotta throw some cheese on a lasagna. But we're gonna do a little something with this particular cheese. So as you can see, it's nicely shredded mozzarella. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw some parsley flakes on there. Just kind of throw some parsley and mix it up. Alright, nice, beautiful. Look at that. Garlic powder. Nice. And onion powder. Beautiful, just for a little extra flavor. And you just kind of mix that up a little bit. And we'll put this off to the side, and then we move on to the next phase. All right, so the picadillo is done. I took it off the flame. Here it is. Wonderful. Looks perfect. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit. We got our cheese, mozzarella, with cilantro, garlic powder, and onion powder. Nice little mixture, a little flavor to the cheese that's sitting over here. Now we get to the plantains. Now you need to use sweet plantains, the yellow ones. These are the ones you want. These are pretty good. There are people that like them even riper. The way you know that they're really ripe is they literally go from yellow to almost black. If you get them when they're black, they're really soft and they could be a little too mushy. I like them kind of in this phase. They could have been a little bit blacker, but these are really good. So what we want to do is we want to cut the tips off. Start by cutting the tips off, and then we're going to cut right in half. Make a slit, and we're going to peel off the skin. Okay, we're going to do that to all of these. Okay, so we've got the plantains all peeled. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to slice them up. Now the reason why I like to cut them in half is because when they're two together, they have like a bow to them and they're harder to cut the way I want to cut them. So what we want to do is we want to cut them about 1/4 of an inch. Just like that. That's about how you want it. And we're going to cut all these up the same exact way. Okay, so we got all the plantains. You can see they're all sliced up, about 1/4 of an inch or so. You can see there's some skinnier ones and some real tiny ones. It doesn't matter. The majority of them are beautiful cuts like that, and that's what we're looking for. All right, so now what we're going to do is I got the oven preheated at 350. We'll let that sit for a little while because what we want to do now is we want to get the plantains slightly brown. So we're going to add them in. And we're just going to start throwing plantains in the oil. This is vegetable oil. Please be careful. We're going to set them in there. And we're just going to brown these up. So you're not going to go anywhere. This isn't one of those where you can take a break. This is where you're going to be here and line these things up. That is 2 right there. All right. So, oh, Percy, you ready for some piñon? There you go. He says it. He's always ready. Percy's always in the kitchen ready to go. No matter what we're cooking, because he knows it's always something good in a positive energy kitchen. All right, so we're just gonna let these sit here for a little bit. Doesn't take very long for them. They're just brown up. They're gonna get, you're gonna see, they're gonna get a nice golden brown color. Just let them sit there for a couple minutes. Turn them over. You can turn them over a couple of times. It's no big deal. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. That's what we're looking for. Look at that. Oh, baby. That's what we want. That's what we want. And as they get, oh, there's a broken one, so that's going to be used. That's all right. That's it. Just turn them over. They brown very quickly, so this part doesn't take very long, so don't go anywhere. Always be close. Move them around. All right, so we've got everything prepared. We got the picadillo all set, looking beautiful. It's cooled down a little bit, still a little warm, but nice. We've got the mozzarella cheese with the garlic powder and the onion powder and the, what was it, cilantro in there? Oh no, parsley flakes, that's right. So that's real nice, that sits there. We got our plantains, there they are, right? Golden brown, all ready to go. Now, I got some egg here and I'll explain what we're doing with the egg. But first, here we've got a nice baking pan. It's about, what, 2-3 inches deep. I don't know, same about 8-9 inches around. What we want to do is we want to spray a little non-stick stuff in there. Then what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of the egg, just a little bit, on the bottom. Not a whole heck of a lot. A couple of spoonfuls. Right? And just kind of move it around a little bit. And what this does is it serves as a kind of like a glue, so to speak. It just kind of keeps things together. You're not going to have an overbearing taste of egg at all, but it holds things together, as does the cheese. All right? So we got the spray, we got the egg. Now we begin taking the plantain, and we're going to just set them all up along the bottom of the pan. Doesn't matter what size you got. What I would recommend is these first ones that you're putting down, use all your broken up ones. Kind of use them up. Just kind of fill in all the holes and just, that's it. You're just going to keep filling the bottom of this up. Just like so. Right? Now the next thing you want to do is take some of this cheese. You don't want to put a lot of it. You just want to put a nice light sprinkle, just kind of sprinkle it around. Remember, it's more of a glue with a little flavor. Glue with a little flavor. How about that, huh? Just kind of sprinkle it around, and it just helps keep everything together. All right? And now we're going to put a nice layer of the meat. Kind of get it all in the corners and push it down. You want to kind of compact it a bit. Get it in the corners and pack it down. Don't make it too thick, but thick enough where it's a good layer. All right, and now we're going to throw another layer of the plantains on here. All right. Just like that. Now, once again, just a little egg. Just kind of move it around. It's all going to settle in, so don't worry about where it goes. You don't have to worry about being so perfectly even. Just get it around. All right. Then another layer of cheese. Perfect. And now this is going to be the second and final layer of the meat. You may end up using all of it, and if you do, that's fine. And if you don't, the best thing about picadillo is you can use it for a lot of other things. One thing I love doing with extra picadillo is we just put it in the fridge. In the morning, I come back from the gym. I throw some of it in a small pan. Throw a couple of eggs in there, scramble up the eggs with the meat. Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I kind of spread this around. All right. And then top layer is your plantains. All right, so there we go. Now I put on the top, I put the remainder of the cheese. So it's a bottom layer of the plantain, coating of cheese, light coating of cheese, the picadillo, more plantain. Don't forget to sprinkle some of the egg in there, and you just keep putting layers.
Wow.
Now you can make as many layers as you want. If you can make 3 layers of plantain. I've seen 2 layers. It really doesn't matter. You make it the way you want, but that is a nice, beautiful lasagna that is now going to go into the oven. It's been preheated at 350. We're going to put it in there right now. Hopefully not burn my towel. And that's going to go in there for about 25 minutes. All right, so there it is. 25 minutes. Looks like it's ready to go. So what I want to do is I just want to make a couple of cuts. And there you have it. Piñon, Puerto Rican lasagna. Very simple, real inexpensive meal, real tasty. Now, the taste test. It looks wonderful, it smells incredible. And here we go. So good. I think of my mom. We used to have this fairly often. Again, inexpensive, pretty simple to make, and so tasty. The sweet plantain with the meat, the combination is incredible. The little cheese is interesting. I don't think my mom ever used the cheese, but I do like that. Man, so good. All right, so Puerto Rican lasagna, everybody. Check it out. Give it a try. It's one of those meals that literally everybody in the family is gonna love. So check it out. Check out some of my other recipes I've got going on. Subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.